What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dee and this is the Optimistic Network. Today's video is going to be me telling you and showing you the difference between green plantain and green banana. I posted a video on my TikTok. If you're not following me on TikTok, go ahead and follow me here at DOpt6 and you'll get all the Jamaican slang, the Jamaican patois and everything like that. However, I posted a video on TikTok talking about Jamaican green banana that we boil and we eat. Green banana is a staple food because I know in a lot of country or a lot of cultures, a lot of people only eat ripe banana. They don't cook and eat the green banana. But green banana eating is big in our culture and it's really good. It's kind of like a ground provision for us. Also, people were asking if green banana was green plantain. People were also asking if I'm talking about plantain banana. In my culture, plantain is plantain and banana is banana. So here we have plantain. I'll come a little closer. I don't know if the glare from the light, it's green, but maybe the glare is making it look yellow, but it's green. And this is banana, and also it's green. It's not turned, it's not half ripe, and it's not ripe. So this is green plantain and this is green banana. So these here are green bananas. So these are the ones that would, ripe, and most culture only eat them ripe. Well, in my culture, we love them green. Green bananas, those are a staple with curry goat, curry chicken back, oxtail, saltfish, ackee and saltfish, salt mackerel. We just love boiled green banana. I'm just gonna tell you about the Jamaican culture difference in plantain and banana. Again, as a disclaimer, I'm not saying my culture is better than anyone's culture. I'm not saying I don't want to know about your culture. I'm not saying you're doing it the wrong way. I'm just telling you about my culture. So I hope if you've never had boiled green banana, you would try it. And I hope if you didn't know the difference between plantain and banana, you'd recognize the difference. And I'm going to show you how to make boiled banana, and I'm going to show you how to fry plantain. Because over on TikTok, in my comments, people ask me how to boil the banana. So I wanted to show you that. So I just wanted to get that out there. And by the way, if you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, turn your notification bells on so you know whenever I post a video, and get active in the comments. And in the comments, I would love you to tell me about your culture, because maybe I could try the way you do green banana or the way you do plantain or something like that. I do know about ripe banana because I've had ripe banana. I do know about ripe plantain because I've had ripe plantain. It's big in Jamaican culture also. But if there's anything else that you guys do with plantain and banana in your culture, just let me know. Just drop it in the comment. Maybe I could try it. I respect all culture and I would love to know everything about all culture. I know that's maybe a little impossible unless I live the culture. I probably won't know everything about it, but I want to know as much as I can. So the difference between the plantain and the banana, usually when the plantain is fit, it's big, much bigger than the banana, and it's also thick, much thicker than the banana. Can you see? Jamaican culture would call this like a hand of banana, or maybe just three, but this would definitely be a hand. Usually if there's more than three together like this, they would call it a hand. Otherwise, in Jamaican culture, we call one single banana a cedar banana or a finger banana. I wanted to get that out of the way, so if you hear me say a cedar banana or if you hear me say a finger banana, same thing. They'll talk about a bunch of plantain or a bunch of banana, a finger of plantain, a cedar plantain, or a an. We usually say just a an, like A-N, I think they mean like a hand, H-A-N. I don't know, but that's how I refer to it. That's how I grow up knowing about it. First of all, when the plantain is fit, even when the plantain is young, it's much bigger than the banana. When it's fit and ready, it's gonna be thicker than the banana. How we prepare it? We boil banana, we fry banana, or we make banana chips or stuff like that. We do many things with the banana. We still do the same with the plantain, but the taste is different. You make plantain dumpling and banana dumpling and you give it to a Jamaican, they can tell you the difference. I for sure can tell you the difference, and I think pretty much all Jamaicans would be able to tell you the difference between a plantain dumpling and a banana dumpling. That's the first thing. Let's talk about the plantain first. Like I said, the plantain is bigger. Whenever you cut the plantain, take the skin off, the plantain is gonna be yellow. The banana, the green banana that will boil, when you take the skin off, it's gonna be white, or it should be white. Usually if it starts turning yellow, that means it's too full. And if you boil it, it's gonna be hard. Boil it, you can eat it, but you have to eat it while it's hot, otherwise it's gonna be rock. You can slap me with it and knock me out. After this, I'll be filming how to make plantain dumplings. So I'll be making dumplings from the plantain. So make sure your notification bell is on so you know when I drop that video. So let's go ahead and tell you about the banana, because that's what we're gonna cook today. So there are a few things you need to know when you're buying green banana. Most times, especially here in the United States, but most time when you're buying green banana, I notice they're always this big and fat. Notice how big the seeds are? They're big. If you go to buy green banana, I don't know where in the world you are, but if you go to buy green banana, focus on the slimmer seeds. If you can get the seeds a little slimmer, not as fat as this, buy that banana to boil if you're planning on boiling it, because that's the best one. That's the one that will boil quicker, and that's the one that will eat better even if it's cold. Usually when they're this thick, they're all nice, just the same when they're boiled, but once they get cold, you'll want to like warm them up again, microwave them for a long time, not just heat them up, microwave them, or probably even put them back in some hot water, boil up some hot water and add them back to it, because once they get cold, they get hard when they're this thick. Because I think when they're this thick, they're extra fit, because they have them extra fit for ripening, because a banana have to be extra fit before it ripe. So I'm going to show you how to peel a banana. I'm going to also show you how to boil the banana. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put a pot on and I'm going to boil a few seeds of banana just for demonstration, because I don't even need to boil banana right now. Usually back home we eat our banana with any meat stuff that has gravy, because you need gravy for the banana. Because the best way I can describe a green banana boil to you is like it's potato. It doesn't have that so much starchy taste to it, but it doesn't taste like ripe banana when they boil, because it's not ripe banana. Ripe banana is different. When banana is green, it have a total different taste from when it's ripe. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a pot on and I'm gonna boil a couple of seeds of banana. I'm gonna tell you how to peel it, because you have to peel the skin off. You don't boil it in the skin. I'm gonna tell you how to peel it, and I'm gonna tell you how to boil it. Whenever you're boiling banana, make sure you get the green bananas. If you can get the slimmer ones, get the slimmer ones instead of the thicker seed. Put a pot with water on the stove. Add some salt, whatever salt you use, add some salt to the water. It doesn't really matter if you add the salt to the water before it boils or after it starts boiling. You can even put the banana in before you add the salt. It doesn't matter the manner of which you put the salt in, but make sure you put the salt so the banana can boil in the salt. Another thing I would advise you to do if you're boiling banana, be sure to peel the banana as soon as you're ready to put it in the pot. So make sure the water is boiling before you start peeling the banana. You don't want to peel it and put it down. I guess if you know a way to keep it from drying on the stain, or the stain from drying to it, you can do that, but I wouldn't advise it. Peel it, put it straight in the pot when the water starts boiling, because otherwise the banana can turn black. Also, when you're boiling a banana, sometimes the water will tend to like turn black a little. It happened to me before, but all you do, if you have some lemon, squeeze a little lemon juice in there. It just like want a drop of lemon juice. Or if you don't have lemon, just cut a little piece of orange skin and drop it in there, and that will change it back to the normal color, because the color is supposed to be like a little grayish, lightest gray, like cream color. Like you'll see what I'm talking about after I'm done boiling my banana. Take it to my sink where I'm gonna peel my banana. So one thing I want you to know is that the green banana bleeds stain, and the stain can stain your white clothes or any clothes. It's real stain that can stain your clothes or your finger. So the real banana bleeds stain. So that's why I usually wear a gloves. Usually it's better to peel it in a gloves like this that's close to your finger, not a big gloves that's gonna flap around. Otherwise, put a little oil on your hand to peel it. You can also mark it. This is called marking. Cut it like that and cut it down like that, and run it underneath cold water to wash out some of the stain. Otherwise, you just peel it with your regular hand, and when you're done, you just wash the stain off. So the stain is gonna be harder to wash off my hands because I'm wearing nails. So I'm wearing a gloves, which I do most of the time whenever I boil banana. I usually run the cold water while I peel it, so that's gonna be a little noisy, but I just want you guys to see everything I do on the reel, the way how I do when I'm boiling banana. So now I'm going to peel it out and put it in the pot, because my pot is boiling. You want to scrape everything off of it, get every skin off, everything. Your banana, when you peel it, should look like this. White and look like that. So that is my banana boiling. It's all steam coming up, and you'll notice a little froth sometimes, that bubble on the top. It's fine. You can use a spoon and take it off, or you can just leave it because it's not harmful or anything. It's just the stain boiling out. So that's my banana boiling, and I usually just boil that quick on high. Like I said, try to enjoy your bananas hot or very warm, because it gets a little hard after it boils. Some banana, if you get the real good boiling banana, then you can boil it, put it down, and will nice and soft later. Sometimes if you're getting the banana that is ready to ripe, that they actually cultivate for ripening, that's gonna be real hard because it's gonna be big and thick, because they make them real fuller before they can ripe. So this here is the banana boiled. You notice how soft they are. Look at that. They kind of start to kind of feather off a little, but they're not breaking up. But you can overboil them. If you overboil them, they're gonna break up. You won't be able to take out one whole, which happens to me a lot of time you boil them, because I rather them soft than hard. So a lot of times I boil them, and when I'm taking it out to put it on the plate, they'll break in two, which is fine with me, because then I'll just take, even if it break in three, I just take it up still. But I just wanted to come and show you guys the finished product. I'm going to turn the stove down so the steam can go down. So that's the color the water is supposed to have. I don't know what you call that, like a little grayish, beigeish color. So that is boiled banana. Usually in Jamaica, you don't necessarily boil the banana by itself. You can actually boil the banana in the same pot with your dumpling, your yam, whatever. I'm just gonna use a different pot to boil my dumpling because I'm doing a plantain dumpling video. So stay tuned for that video. Subscribe to my channel so you get a notification when I post my plantain dumpling video. Follow me on TikTok because that's where I post that plantain can make dumpling, and everybody wanted to see plantain dumpling because apparently a lot of people don't know that plantain can make dumpling. So that's boiled banana. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Basically, that is how you boil your banana. That is all. So at the end of the video, I'm going to show you the banana on a plate served with whatever I'm cooking it with. So this is the end of this video, and remember, turn your notification bells on, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Any questions at all, anything that wasn't clear in the video, don't forget to leave a comment asking me. I'll definitely respond to you. Follow me over on TikTok, and I'll see you in my next upload. Bye. Mwah, mwah, mwah.